Having clear messaging in your business not only allows you to effectively communicate the value of your products and services online, but it also helps you sell consistently through your content as well. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through a message example, one that I actually use for my clients to show you the key points that you need to consider when crafting out a thorough message for your business. Now, before we get into today's example, I want to let you know that your messaging is the core of your business. You can have the best product or service in the entire world. However, if you are not able to communicate your product or service's value, it's worthless, right? So this is why messaging is so important. This is why understanding the key aspects of a good message structure is important, and it's crucial if you're looking to elevate your sales this year. So what we'll be doing in today's example is I will be breaking down step one of the full message structure. And step one is identifying what is it, right? It's communicating what it is that you have to offer to your audience. Now, the reason why I like to start with what is it is because it's the basis, it's the foundation of your core message. And it really allows you to connect to who it is that you are targeting, right? Your core audience. So one of the biggest pieces of the what is it problem or what is it question that we'll be answering is why is it valuable to them? Essentially, this is the hook of your entire message. I know we already have our main hook, which is usually the first sentence. However, this main section, the what is it section, is what will keep your audience members reading throughout the entirety of your copy. It's what will keep your audience listening through the entirety of your message when you're speaking in your videos, and it's what will keep your audience listening so that they can get to your final call to action. Okay, it's really important to understand that if you do not have a captivating message, sharing what you do, how you do it, why you do it, and why it's relevant to your audience, they will not get to the point of sale. They will not be interested enough to listen or to read to get to your call to action. And the reason why this is so important, especially for those of you who may, struggle a little bit with your confidence when it comes to selling online, is the fact that if you don't want to feel so salesy, you have to master these first few pieces. So the first part, again, that we'll be working on today is identifying the what is it. So let's jump right in. And first, before we get into the entirety of this, allow me to give you some clarity on what this business is, who this person is, and why it matters, just so you can have a better understanding before we actually read this example. So this is actually an example from one of my most recent clients. She has a health and wellness business where she works with moms who are struggling with finding time for themselves and finding room to connect with themselves on a deeper level. She works with them through meditation sessions and accountability sessions. And so this example specifically, she's hosting a meditation circle. And so that's the example we'll be breaking down today because this was for her most recent event and for her upcoming event. So we're just really setting the foundation because this is what she has used and will use in the future to market her events, to create content for her events, and again, just to set up everything that is necessary to communicate the value of the event to her core audience. So starting with the first section, the meditation circle is a powerful in-person group session where like-minded women come together to reconnect, ground, and set mindful intentions for their future. These one-on-one sessions are focused on meeting you where you are by providing you with the space to process your emotions, reconnect with your inner goddess, and calm your mind and spirit. It's the perfect practice for both beginners and experienced meditators. Each session is led with sound bowls as a way to raise the group's frequency and vibration, allowing you to leave the session feeling elevated and in a vibrant state. After each session, there is a connecting period where there will be time for you to connect with other lovely women in our community. Okay, so that is the entire message of the what is it section of our messaging structure. Now let's break this down, okay? As we go through this, I want you to notice how targeted this messaging is. Right now, a lot of you guys are just creating messages, hoping and praying it connects with somebody. Because you don't have clarity in who your core audience is, your messaging isn't very clear. Your messaging is not allowing you to resonate with people's actual needs, and it's causing you to lose sales. So let me show you how we put this into play by connecting our message with the needs and wants of our core audience. So the meditation circle is a powerful in-person group, in-person session. So we made sure that we mentioned that it was in person because, again, it's not virtual. We're being very specific. Mind you, when we were speaking about, like, let's say, for example, in her content, we would tag Miami, Florida. In Eventbrite, it said Miami, Florida. So if it was not in the copy, it was somewhere else where the actual location is because it's specific to them. If it was not in the copy, or let's say we did not put it anywhere else, we would say the meditation circle is a powerful in-person group session in Miami, Florida, where like-minded women come together to reconnect, ground, and set mindful intentions for their future. Oops. Okay, so the reason why we use these three right here, these are certain terms that her audience would use when speaking to her. This is what they're looking to do on their days off. This is what they feel like they're missing. So we include it in the first sentence to draw them in. This is our hook. This is a way that we're using connecting points to have them be further interested in what else we have to say. Now, getting into this next session, these 1 hour sessions, again, we're being very direct with what it is because it is the what is it section. These 1 hour sessions are focused on meeting you where you are by providing you with the space to process your emotions, reconnect with your inner goddess, and calm your mind and spirit. It's the perfect practice for both beginner and experienced meditators. So let's break this down. Again, we said 1 hour sessions because we're trying to communicate what it is. We need to tell them how long it is. It's 1 hour. We have process your emotions. The women she is working with are always on go. They have children. They don't have time for themselves. They don't have any time to process. And because of that, they're experiencing negative emotions. So we say in this session, you'll have the space, right? Because they feel like they're cluttered right now. They go to work, they come home, they work with their children, they have to spend time with their children, manage their families. They don't have the space to do these things. So this session will give you the space to process your emotions, reconnect with your inner goddess. This is a term that she uses in her content, so her audience will resonate with it, and calm your mind and spirit. Again, as a busy mom who is always on go, going to work, coming home, all these things, she feels like she is not calm. She feels like she is not connected. So we are communicating that through our terminology because we know that that is what's important to her. When we're thinking about sales, it's all about empathy. Sales is very personalized, which is why if you feel like you're not converting right now, if you realize that your content is not converting, it's because your messaging is not personalized enough. It's too vague, right? So we have to use the words and the terminology that our audience, our core audience, is familiar with if we're looking to convert them into paying customers. Now, moving into this last part right here, it's the perfect practice for both beginners and experienced meditators. We don't want to cut anyone out of this experience, right? Sometimes as beginners, it's hard to get into meditation practice because you think that there's so much to do, so many requirements. So, of course, experienced meditators will be like, oh, I love a meditation circle. But what about the beginners? What if they're feeling afraid, right? So, in order to bring them in and to include them rather than exclude them, we say that it's both for beginners and experienced so that they know that it's for them. We're clearing up objections before they even have the time to object. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Yes. Okay. So now moving into our next section. Each session is led with sound bowls. Again, we're being very specific about what we're doing as a way to raise the group's frequency and vibration, allowing you to leave the session feeling elevated and in a vibrant state. Okay, so again, this entire section is speaking in terms that her audience is familiar with. Familiarity allows you to make deeper connections. When we're talking about frequency and vibration, it allows them to realize, like, okay, they're speaking the language that I'm most comfortable with. When people are comfortable, they're more likely to listen to you. They're more likely to trust you, right? So if we're talking about frequencies and vibrations, raising our vibrations, if on a daily basis they're saying, oh, I need to raise my vibrations are low, I need to be in a higher frequency, I'm not in alignment, that's lingo for a specific group of people. You know, people who speak like that, they're like, I need, my energy is off, all these things. So this is how she needs to speak to her audience. And mind you, this is who she is as well. So it's not like she's faking it, but she knows who she wants to target. So she's using words that are familiar to her audience. Now, again, sound bowls just describing what's going to be happening, and then elevated and vibrant state. This is something that is familiar to her audience. And then last but not least, after each session, there's a connecting period. Now, another important thing to note about her audience is that they don't have time to connect outside of their everyday activities. They don't really have friends. They spend so much time nurturing everyone else, their family, their kids, their husband, wives, whatever. They don't have time to build outside relationships. They don't have a strong community. And so by creating the meditation circles, she's allowing a space for people to connect, for people to make friends, for people to be around like-minded people, to hold them accountable to their goals and to their spiritual well-being and their mental health. Okay? And so this is why this is so important. Adding connecting periods where they will have time to connect with other lovely women in their community. So as you can see, through part one of this section, it is very core audience heavy. It is very targeted in the words, and we're making sure that we are speaking directly to their needs. So again, the most important part that I want you guys to take away from this is that you need to have clarity in your core audience. Without clarity, you cannot create good messaging because you won't know what they want. You don't know what they need. You don't know the lingo that they speak in, right? You won't know how to make yourself more familiar to what they're used to. So just keep that in mind as you begin building out your messaging for your next product or service, because it's very important if you are looking to get real results. So with that being said, this was just a quick highlight of what it looks like to craft out part one or section one of your sales messaging. If you are interested in learning how to fully develop a sales message that will convert not only your videos, your content, meaning your graphics, your captions and reels and lives, then I want to invite you to sign up for the waitlist for the Convert Academy. In the Convert Academy, I'll be teaching you how to craft messages that sell. I'll be teaching you how to find your voice so that you can confidently sell online. And I'll be teaching you how to create content that converts. By the time you're complete with the Convert Academy, you will no longer feel like you're being too salesy in your content. You'll be able to show up as the most authentic version of yourself, and you'll be able to start seeing real results in your content. So if you're interested in learning more about how to fully develop your core message for your business, then I highly recommend you click the link down below to sign up for this month's waitlist. With that being said, I love you so much. Again, click down below to sign up now. I will only be taking 5 people for next month. And yeah, that is all. And if you have not already, go ahead and click that subscribe button as well. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.